Sure. Well, like a no DK or a DP or something like that. I mean, I don't see him as much DP. But there we go. So there's a bit of an answer to the Brood. You've got the Cleave, the Tidebringer in play. Kunkka is going to be picked up.
Is that going to be LAN playing it, though?
I think it has to be. It seems to always be LAN playing it when Vici Game and grab it. I don't think we're going to see a core Kunkka.
They have played it quite a bit, though, right? No, I don't think here, but I'm remembering... Yeah,
they've definitely had at least one LAN Kunkka game here.
They've had a LAN come here,
they have had a LAN
I'm pretty sure I'm remembering some Ori Kunkkas.
Okay. Okay.
From,
look at that.
From Super Major.
A VP Spirit comes into the play.
Okay. I don't think they've... Did they play it once here? I think I saw them play it once here. But it could have also just been a Liquid game. They have not actually played it.
No, because we have seen Spirit. I think that was, for me, one of the surprises. Because we've actually seen it a fair few games so far. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's more than just like 1 or 2. We are seeing it come through with some of the teams with the Spirit players. How many Spirit games have we had?
Not as much as the Shaker, but it's 10 games and a 70% win rate.
Exactly, that's 10 games of Spirit.
Significant.
A hero that the last few tournaments, nobody was picking it. I don't know, there was like not even a single game of Spirit. But it's in there. Teams bringing it back, and that's good to see. It's a very flashy hero and a very skill-based hero. It's a hard one to pull off.
Yep, it works well versus Bane, right? Because Bane, especially if your Fiend's gripping, you're standing still. You kick a rock, you're not going to miss a standing still target. Same thing with the pull, you've got some distance to be able to cancel that.
Yeah, I can sort of mess with the Kunkka as well in terms of him trying to find that combo with the pullback on the X. If you can silence, make sure that your teammate doesn't get caught in the torrent combo. Now Vici Gaming, let's see what they can grab and see if indeed where this Kunkka's going to fall. They're going to grab the air set.
Okay. Just strong hero. Everybody seems to be loving this hero. Same thing with the Mirana. They're playing a lot around this, like Bane Sleep, right? Because it's like Bane Sleep into Kunkka Torrent, Bane Sleep into Mirana Arrow. Sure, later on, once they've got levels in the X, they can start setting up, but they don't really have... They're really reliant on the Kunkka right now for their team fight. While you look at VPs, I mean, Earth Spirit, they're a bit reliant on, but Venge adds that just presence in team fights always.
You know what I'd like to see Vici Gaming end with? I think I'd like to see them end with an Alchemist.
Versus that,
how can against Bree so beautiful?
It's such a cool matchup because it's one of those that goes in these both. It goes back and forth because it's like, okay,
you think if you're picking Alch against a Ramses Brood, that's like...
I think that might be a bit scary because Alchemist at one point does, of course, beat the Brood, but then Brood gets to a point. If you get level 25 Brood, if you get your MKB, you get the way to pierce through the Radiance. You actually destroy an Alchemist. You eat him alive because of your insatiable hunger. That's if you get to that point, but Alchemist tends to have a little bit of a faster timing than Brood.
The Chinese teams are liking him, though.
They are liking
him, and we've seen the Chinese teams pick it up against the Brood in other series.
I haven't seen Vici play it, though.
Have they not played it themselves, though? I
don't think that they've played an Alchemist.
Okay.
We haven't gotten a chance to see Vici or VP, but
no.
I've not been seeing them pick it. Or it's not been banned against them either.
Okay.
But maybe they could be, they could still look for it too, and they need to get all these wins. It's so important for them because they're stuck in that middle group.
And a Pugna adding to that already fast pace. They're going to be able to pull off, and the pushing. This is the tower taking.
A very good hero versus Ursa at all stages.
Oh yeah, the Decrepify.
Yeah, you have no way to be able to remove that. Your Shock sure can go through, but Decrep is any type of these Ghost Scepter are just ways to make the Ursa not attack. Are the great ways to deal with it, like the Oracle, the Pugna.
5 seconds left.
Final ban from Vici Gaming. The Pugna, are we imagining that's going to be no one playing it, or will it be Pasha?
That's Pasha.
It'll be Pasha, so no one's here for last.
It's a pressure offlaner that they can work well with the Earth Spirit. Someone steps out of position. You don't really need that much of the disable. You just need that little bit that Earth Spirit provides you, because Pugna just deals so much damage. And you have a way to kind of set up your role with the Decrep. The Decrep makes you move very slow.
Oh,
OD ban.
An OD ban.
I think because they're so reliant on their Bane Sleeps, Kunkka setting stuff up.
Sure, they're worrying about being disrupted. Yeah,
I think the save is the biggest thing.
An OD ban? Is anyone? How many games of OD have we had this kind of?
I only think like 1, right? Yeah, 1, and it lost. I think that was Windstrike that played it, right? I'm pretty sure that was Iceberg that played it.
I was going to very, very strange ban.
But I think you can understand it in this context. Versus Mirana, someone gets 5-second arrow, you can put them under. Kunkka, same thing. Someone gets comboed, you put them under before the X goes off. Bane, Fiend's Grip. I think the OD was actually a pretty clever ban.
Okay. I just would have been surprised if VP would have picked it.
Definitely, it would have been a little outside the box.
But I get this is the thing when you're drafting against VP, it's hard because VP they just have so many options. There's so many heroes that VP can play to world-class standard that You know, a 5th ban against them can certainly be something more, as you say, that you're worried about specifically breaking your draft rather than something that VP are going to have a good time with. Because you can't ban them all. As VP would ban out the Elder Titan last, so they are expecting that the Kunkka is going to be the core Kunkka.
Yeah, I think that's a good assumption, especially
I mean,
they haven't put anything else that can lane versus the Brood yet.
I was going to say, is it the way to go? Because you can have that. It's a hero that can lane alright against Brood.
It's okay. It's not good. It's not great. Like your Tidebringer has a pretty long cooldown, and Broodmother will be able to build up the spiders because it's not like the early lane. You don't one-shot this Brood. No, she will be able to build up her spiderlings, and then she's going to do what Broodmothers do. Go to Ancients, farm Ancients. But they do have the ways to catch. That's the one thing that Kunkka provides you versus the Broodmother in the laning phase. Because Broodmother walks up, you will have 1-3-1. You'll be able to get your Torrent off or your X off from your teammates to come over.
So what we got here? No one. What's he going to play? Is it going to be something safe and boring like the DK? Add to the push and such. What else have we got? What have we been seeing no one playing at the moment?
Everything.
Everything.
They've been picking a lot of variety.
A crazy amount of heroes.
There's not really a whole lot of disable, but I don't know if he's going to go for something like Storm. Because like there's disables, but they're not instant stuns.
Why they do get that PL? The PL was still there.
That is, they don't have AOE really on Vici. It's majorly just the Kunkka. They have Mirana.
They got the Kunkka.
They've got Kunkka and Mirana Star Stun, but like the AOE disables. They don't really have any of those. It's just Kunkka Boat. But what will they pick? Probably for Lanem, right? So they need something that'll.
Well, I still feel.
You still think it could be the
Lanem playing the Kunkka and get something better.
Get something better that's versus the Legion.
But what is better?
Broodmother. In the mid, it depends on where this.
I mean, you said it, dude. Let's go Legion.
Legion mid.
Let's go Legion.
I know, it was just like on the tip of my tongue, but.
Yeah, so they get the spec. So
okay,
it's gonna be what they're probably gonna put the Ursa mid. Oh no,
no, they're putting the Kunkka mid for sure. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Put the Ursa.
And it's support Mirana or support Ursa?
Support Ursa, right?
A Lanem Ursa. Okay. All right. I think as always when you see VP pick a second pick Brood, it's gonna be hard for the opponent. They're finishing with the Paparazzi Spectre. I mean that is
the Spectre.
If they get overrun.
So Spectre, they have ways to catch the Brood. They've got the Kunkka X, they've got the Spectre to keep vision.
Yeah.
Same thing versus the PL, the Dagger following the Phantom Lancer can be pretty nice. But is it too greedy? When you're playing versus VP with a Pugna Broodmother.
Yeah, this.
That's the only scare I have for the Spectre is being unable to deal with the pressure that's coming out. Because what they're going to be trying to do on the side of VP is those 4 heroes, they're going to be moving around mostly together. Well, he'll get involved once he gets his one item, but he's going to get a lot of space from these guys. While on Vici, they're going to need 11 to have a very, very good offlane on this Mirana, and they're going to need Ori to not get smashed pretty much in that mid lane as this Kunkka. Which is versus that Brood, as we said. Brood is going to do pretty well there.
It just looks like a terrifying lineup from VP.
I do like the Mirana though. The Mirana is the big thing, but I guess the best way I can describe it is that Vici's teamfight is unreliable. Their spells are unreliable to.
I love them.
I don't even have anyone muted. I know. And you know
what? Oh yeah, you sometimes do from your pubs, don't you?
From pubs. You kind of have to sometimes for these guys. Oh geez, Solo has a level 10,000 companion.
10,000.
I thought it was a 1,000.
Oh, give him the Aegis now, says Gaben. What a legend.
So let's see how these lanes are going to be put out. So Lanem is going to be bottom with 11, it seems like, and they're going to have the Bane securing their Spectre. So kind of standard lanes, as standard as you can be when you have a support Ursa. So nothing out of the ordinary on both sides, at least from laning setups here. How are the wards? Both teams putting a mid ward. And this ward on the bottom side for Vici, that's going to be scouting the rotations. They just want to keep tabs on Roger's movements. Alrighty. First time we get to see VP, at least us.
Yeah, first time we get to see VP.
See a couple of their highlights and stuff, but full-out gameplay. Bottom rune.
Oh, rolling in. Roger trying to find the connection onto 11, and VP, will they find it? They will. They'll be able to grab the rune down there. And in fact, Lanham, I think he's in trouble. They surround him, they beat him down. He's trying to run.
Another lance.
Oh, the cell. It's going to give him a little bit of heals.
They got another roll.
In they go, 11 trying to block it off, but Roger's still got the right click, the Wave of Terror, one more and he'll do it. Lanham's gone.
Oh, Wave of Terror is such a good spell, level 1. He's still got full mana. But adding that little bit of bonus damage and that low cooldown, 10 seconds.
Burst blood for VP.
And who gets it? Roger, right? So Roger's going to have boots now on Earth Spirit right off the bat. So it'll allow him to make the moves around the map much easier. But right now, it does look like he wants to stay down bottom. They want to secure no one's farm at the start of this game.
We'll see how much farm Paparazzi gets as well up top on this Spectre pick, the last pick from Vici Gaming.
He should be able to get a lot up here. He's just versus a solo Pugna. Bane, yeah, you see Fenrir just standing there spamming the brain saps as Pasha tries to get what he can.
Are we going to see, will they sort of resort back to the 2-1-2s, or do you think VP are fine with just putting the more pressure on that bottom lane and looking for kill opportunities?
They're going to resort to 2-1-2 pretty soon.
Okay.
They're going to start switching it up. Lanham's already starting to pull waves because he knows that there's a full tri-lane committed bottom. So he's like, he's got to make something happen for his Mirana to get enabled.
And bottom 11, having to leap away there.
And there's a
jump on him.
Yep. He doesn't want to stay down here too long. He doesn't want to stay level 1. He does not want to split tri-lane experience. So we see the creep manipulation beginning to happen. Lanham is pulling that one wave as VP just tanks the full wave right in front of their tower, so they can keep that equilibrium in their favor. And Roger's doing what Lanham's doing. He's like, all right, I can pull waves as well. Let me help out my buddy, my skeleton friend.
Mid lane, oh, we got 6 for 7 on Ori, 4 for 5 on Ramses. Ori not doing too bad the first few levels.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll see how that changes once Ramses starts to build up the Spider army.
He's getting a fair few of them.
Top lane, Pasha, pretty low here. He is going to have the backup of Roger, but it's not enough. Vici Gaming, find Pasha.
Ooh, Pasha stepped up way too far because Roger was pulling the creep wave. He was getting a little bit greedy to sap that experience at the tower. Already he's gone for an early bracer, so that he can have that little bit of extra damage versus the Spider. It's working out great. 16 and 8 at the moment.
Able to cleave a couple of them there as well. Quite the whole bunch. Still not see enough damage to one-shot the Spiders.
It'll get to that point though, but that's when we'll see Ramses. Ramses going to hit 5 and move.
Yeah, he's getting a few of them though.
Yeah. And Ramses is actually getting torrented up too. Getting a heavy amount of right clicks.
Ramses,
another Tidebringer.
The angle
gets most of Spiders.
Yeah, Ori. I mean, look how he's got a lot of the Spiders. He's 30 CS.
Ori is. I've actually realized this throughout the years. Whenever I've seen Ori actually lane versus Broodmothers, he does exceptionally well. Even when he's playing like, I remember the Puck game where he just crushed the Broodmother as Puck. He went to like 3-3. He skipped coil or whatever it was. He just didn't go phase shift either, and it worked phenomenally. And again, he is shutting down Ramses. Yeah, or slowing down Ramses. Bottom.
I think it was March saying that apparently in Chinese pubs there's a lot of...
Oh, Ramses!
Oh, the block.
Ramses actually gets taken down.
Ori. As I was saying, yeah, in Chinese pubs apparently there's like brew pickers every game, so he's got to be well experienced, Ori, playing this matchup. But he's played it hundreds of times.
Ramses is actually level 4 versus level 5 Kunkka at the moment already. And Ori's got a bottle delivered, so can continue going for those type of setup kills with the torrents. And gets a rune. So arcane rune for Ori. Great rune for Kunkka. Works on your Tidebringer as well. The reduced cooldown.
This start of the game not going too bad at all for Vici Gaming.
Nope.
Bottom lane, Lanham. Getting chased down a little bit, but no one on solo will have to back off. No more mana to continue to chase and dive him. And CS-wise, yep, Paparazzi's doing fine, as we saw in the mid lane. Ori having a brilliant time.
Yeah, a lot isn't, you know, it's...
Sure, I mean, it is Spiders, but Spiders are still gold.
Definitely, it's experience.
Not as much gold, but it's
Yeah.
Still gold.
You see Ramses doesn't want to play a normal lane anymore versus this, because he knows that.
You can play in this sort of awkward area. It makes it very hard for Ori to sort of get a setup onto him again.
Yeah, he just wants to build up spiders, get levels so that he can go do those ancients. Do that jungle.
Up for the 5-minute runes. As it looks like it will be the
Fenrir
2 for 2.
Looking for Pasha.
Pasha's got the backup of Roger.
They've got a shrine too.
So Pasha will be fine. Bottom lane, no one. Having to doppelganger away, back towards the mid. The lane continuing to get skipped by Ramses. Sitting in this place, making Ori sort of pulled between trying to do some damage to the spider and also making sure he doesn't miss the creep wave that's going straight in underneath the tower mid.
Pretty neat how you see Ramses has gone for the 3 points in the webs. I guess it just depends on the matchups, because this time he wants to be cutting behind, so he wants more webs to be able to do so, and he wants the HP regen on his spiders because they keep getting hit by those Tidebringers. Lanem's even starting to make the moves over. I mean,
this is the thing, because of Ramses being here, it's like you want to bring someone over to do something about it, but he's a brood mother hiding in the trees. It's very hard for them to punish this sort of play from Ramses.
If they can get vision of him is the important thing with Ori, because then he can set up for his boat combo, and Ori's getting an invis rune on his bottle. With his phase boots already completed, he can look to make some moves with this.
Top lane quick bottle smash from Roger does stop them from chasing down Pasha. Let's see. Seems to get the torrent. Just get them onto the spiders. Tidebringer. That's a tasty bit of gold.
Gets like 5 of them there. Gets the X off as well. And the second one cleans up the rest of the spiders.
It's adding up. I mean, it's 71 CS. The numbers look fantastic for this mid lane Kunkka at 6.5 minutes in because of all those spiders.
He's got 1,000 gold lead over the brood too.
Yeah. Those spider babies add up.
Yep.
We'll see how Ramses sort of catches back up into this game. And
it's all the ancients. Oh, he actually gets the spider cleaved again. Ori seems to be hitting it every time. Oh, more spiders.
Just solo here backing up Ramses in case Ori played too aggressively.
Ramses is losing all of his spiders. Top.
Got the setup on the Pasha, but Pasha does have Roger there. Now turn with the blast onto Fenrir. Bottle smash as well from Roger. Solo with a rotation. To help out Roger and Pasha to look for a kill. Fenrir backing up. He's being slowed by the Degrepify. The wave of terror comes down as well as the magic missile. They get a 1-for-1. It does take VP the greater amount of numbers, so Vici Gaming, they'll be happy with this path throughout so he can still continue to farm. Bottom lane. Or he's going to try for this. Does he have the damage with the boat? Needs a couple of right clicks. They're not quite there. Ramses on the trip of the Tidebringer. Ori, the perfect angle every single time from this Kunkka. Gets another kill onto Ramses.
Ori is here to play today.
Yeah. Absolutely owning this mid matchup. I think, if anything, you know, we've seen obviously the confidence of VP with their brood picks in the past, but I feel this is going to be one of the rougher starts that Ramses has had with his brood.
Oh, definitely.
Just because of how well Ori is playing this matchup.
Ori's level 9, pretty much has drums finished up. At level 9, Ramses got the level 7. I saw he was 6. Now he's just fully committed to jungling.
I was going to say, but he can't go back to that lane, Ramses. Yeah. He's just giving up too much money in terms of the spiders, and he's giving up his life as well. So, Ori's just going to have all the space in the world to farm. And anyone that does look to come mid has to be careful about being comboed down by the Kunkka.
Yep. I was going to say, I wonder if they're going to actually, on the side of Vici, since they're shutting down this brood so hard, if they're going to go ward the Ancients. They actually warded just one of the camps, it seems, but it's also a vision ward, too. They're probably going to be aware of that one after Ramses goes and checks it a few times. As, yeah, just exclusively jungling now, and the brood doesn't want to give more to that Kunkka who's owning. And they're just putting Roger mid for XP.
And Kunkka getting ahead this game is pretty scary. You know, they obviously have their other core of no one on a PL, this illusion hero. If this Kunkka gets ahead, gets the crit online, suddenly the PL army is not going to be scary at all in the team fights. Or he's going to be able to hit those big Tidebringer cleaves to one-shot down the arm.
Roger getting caught.
And drag back into the ult. Ori finds the kill. Can he get out though? There's been a big rotation from VP. They're coming through with the Moonlight Shadows there, and he's speeding out with the phase boots. Ori's fine. gets in behind the tower, gets the kill, and gets back out.
He steps back in for spiders and cleaves them all down.
It really has just been the Ori show so far this game.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a very quick phase drums Shadowblade.
He's over 10 last hits per minute. Yep. Lots of spiders, of course, but nearly double the net worth of Ramses at the moment.
The 9-man, a very long duration arrow onto Solo, but Ramses is there. Looks towards Fenrir, no one as well. They're looking towards the bay. They'll find. They'll get Fenrir, can they get themselves anything more? They'll turn towards Lanham, or he's come down with the rotation. They're popping the horn as well. They're looking to chase down Ramses. Ramses trying to retreat up to the high ground, but he can't get away. They find Ramses. Also, with the control, the X-Mark from the high ground, or he grabs no one, drags him back. No one trying to charge himself away, but he can't get out either. That's 2 dead on VP. Solo turns with a magic missile, but Paparazzi still in, chasing down with Ori. Solo cannot get out of this one. Ori, he's going to be able to get himself another. And this game, 8 for 5, 2K lead now for Vici Gaming, as Ori just free reign around the map, can go wherever he wishes and pick up kills. Excellent turn up to the fight there, helping out the team with the phase of the drums. He can get around with his ease and mobility, and he is playing perfectly.
And he's gotten like every single one of the runes. In that fight, he gets a haste rune, probably the most fortunate. Like DD and haste there would have been incredible. Gets the haste, able to easily set up and run around with no fear inside of the fight. As now 11 rotates mid, putting pressure on the tower. So first haunt usage and a free farm Spectre.
Gets involved in 3 kills.
Gotta be happy right now if you're Vici.
That's tier 1 tower, and it's gone. Ramses will look for the deny, can't find it.
Down bottom. Gets baited a bit by Paparazzi.
He's got a doppelganger. Can he play as well? He's trying to bait them with the illusion micro, but it's not going to work out. The illusions will die, and so will no one.
And mid. Ramses again getting set up on. The arrow's actually off the mark.
Does get swapped, but it won't save him. Starfall follows through. And the carnage just doesn't stop here in this game. But Vici Gaming.
That'll be a very early Shadowblade on Hunka, yeah. And Spectre's off to an excellent start. Phase Boots, Vanguard, Aquila. Not what you want to be playing against. You have not slowed down the Spectre whatsoever. As VP, they got to start doing something here.
They've got to make some big moves.
The ward that they blocked the camp with, actually watch. I'm surprised VP didn't notice.
Did it saw them smoke?
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't notice this ward because it's been blocked for 6 minutes.
Invisibility.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, because we saw obviously multiple times Ramses passing over it, but I guess he just.
Oh,
they didn't pick up on that.
Torrent, arrow. Again, Ori.
All right. I mean, we haven't seen VG or VP, but this is not how I would expect the matchup to look at. As if you sort of told me, you know, this sort of the state of both teams before TI, but this game, VG, it seems like they did their homework. We said, you know, when they let the second pick brew through, something that everyone else had banned, we're like, well, maybe they forgot. I don't think they forgot. I think they just had a perfect plan. They were more than happy putting Ori in the mid lane and confident that he would just be able to straight outplay the Broodmother.
Yeah, it's going. I mean, it's going absolutely brilliantly so far in this game. They've got a 5k gold lead with the Spectre on their team. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, that really is quite something.
Yeah, how are we looking at levels right now? So we've got level 12 Kunkka, level 10 Spectre, level 9 Mirana on the side of Vici, while the core is on the side of VP is Brood 10, PL8, and the Pugna is the same level as the support bench. Pasha, not able to have a good of a start, or a good of a game so far as he wanted. 2-2 with the Veil, though, so still starting to pick up some items.
They're really trying to set up top. They want someone to show. Zori's hiding in the trees, waiting to see if any sort of reaction comes out from VP. The VP aren't falling for it at the moment. They'll show himself now.
The nice thing about having this like support Ursa too is it gives them the potential to really go for a Rosh early on too on the side of Vici. Because their heroes traditionally aren't really the greatest at hitting the Rosh. But you throw that Ursa in there, they can definitely look to set that one up. As we see VP, they're kind of staying a little bit more huddled. The Venge, the Pugna, and the Earth Spirit, these are the ones that can still take fights at the moment. Because Broodmother and PL, they need time. They need to get their Diffusal online before they really want to take any fights. As we see those three, they even go to no one and bring him in the smoke. But he's just going to continue farming.
They've got to be careful, VP. If they lose another team fight, this Spectre's going to be dangerously close to being boosted to having a relic.
And look at that.
They've got to get it. They've got to be successful with this move, VP. It's going to be so costly. They'll find Fenrir. That'll be one. But now Vici's going to know exactly what's up. Paparazzi's able to finish off the tower. They've got the Moonlight to get out. Not really the smoke play that VP needed. It's not a costly one for them, but it's still not the one to sort of swing them back into the game, as they only find the Bane and are unable to hold on to that tower.
Anything they can do to buy time for the defusals to come out is significant right now for them, because of this deficit that they're at. Coming through.
I'm going to go for it. They do get the rum above them all, so Paparazzi is going to be pretty tanky on the front of this fight. Magnetize will be dropped down, but with that rum damage reduction, Paparazzi is more than okay. You're going to see Fenrir come forward, look to burst down Roger. Ori just punching into them, they'll pop the horn. VP, they've lost one, they've lost Solo as well as Ori go down. Ori does fall. So VP are able to find the 2 for 2 this time round. And they do get that big old kill. They're able to find Ori. No one gets it as well. So a nice chunk of gold for him there. Bonus 572 for the PL. Yeah, that's what they needed.
That's everything they needed. Yeah, they have the fusel's pretty much done. That was... And now they know the Shadow Blade's there on the Kunkka too. So now they're going to start bringing Reveal out onto the supports. I would imagine we have like a... Well, actually, we already had a Dota because they were prepared for the Moonlight Shadow. So never mind. They already have it already.
I think we saw that just Ori sort of overestimating his ability in that fight, because the rum came out very early on, and he got hit by the Magnetize, and then towards the end you just saw him, he started to melt down, you know. Yeah. He just had a little bit too much to drink, and after it wore off, bam, he was like, my goodness, where did my health will go? And he was dead.
VP's looking to set up for more here with the swap. Roger jumps forward, gets the stun, gets the silence.
They've got Solo coming in as well for the swap. They'll go with the magic missile. Roger just got to be careful though, Ori looking for the setup. The combo actually going to whiff there. Roger's still able to hide in the tree line. 11 is hunting from Roger. Kicks 11 away, but he has been surrounded, and Lanham will be able to kill it, lean up a second.
Ori is matching the movements from VP. He wants to play this very active style, as he should be on this Kunkka, since he's having such a great start.
Middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
We'll see here. So now getting those level 10 talents online. Yeah. You got the mana region now as well for Lanham, so he can really afford to just keep himself up and out in the fights.
He's got Blink Dagger now too, after all of it, so he can actually look to punish the supports. But it's not like they have these easy to kill supports is the problem. It's like Venge is still a pretty tanky hero. Earthspirit has ways to, you know, kick you away, roll away, whatnot.
Oh my goodness, look at that win probability.
Yeah, got a Spectre with a 5k advantage.
I guess that's what it is.
Yep.
But 91% against VP. I mean, we have seen VP pull games back, and they're heading into Roshan. 91%, I feel, is...
This is a clever move here by VP, because they smoke just the Venge and the Brood, and look at Pasha. Pasha does not care if he dies here. He's just like, I want your attention on me. I'm beating this tower down. I get it pretty low, and we just see no one as well showing bottom. I think Roger even showed his face bottom, so...
I mean, are they going to go and scout this out? It is, yeah.
Even with the DD.
They're not heading over though. Is anyone going to look from VG?
Oh, God.
Maybe.
Oh, God.
Are they going to check it?
Solo's holding the wave of terror. He knows. He's like, oh, God, I don't really want to use this right now.
He could give up his position if they're outside of the pit.
They've got the hunt.
Oh, he's done it though. Did they see it?
They caught a glimpse of it.
I think they saw it.
They did.
They saw the wave of terror. Solo should have held onto it, because now in goes Lanham. Roshan will get the kill on Solo, but now Lanham's in position to finish it off himself. Ramses, he's there on the side. Maybe see if he can go for some sort of a steely heads, and he does have Roger going in with the combo. Can VP take this fight? Roger, he gets hit by the arrow. The boat coming through. It's going to keep VG all safe and take the fight for Vici Gaming as they get the kills, they get Roshan, and they get Aegis. I mean, you can see it there as well. So like, he really didn't want to wave of terror. He knew that there was a chance they were going to see it, but he wasn't patient enough. He goes for the wave. They see it out the back of the pit, and they're straight in.
You know what the grimp thing about that is too? That those type of moves, you don't see VP make them too much, because you don't really see them that much on the back. But
no, you
can tell that's a desperation move.
Yeah,
they're just like, oh God, we're versus Spectre. What a huge deficit. Our win chance in this game is ridiculously low.
9%.
Yeah, they have a PL and a Brood versus a Spectre who pretty much has the Radiant stun at 19-minute mark. Yeah, he does. He's got Relic. He's about 1,000 away. But he's also got Vanguard, Killa, Wand.
It looks impossible for VP.
It really is.
But this is the great thing to see, because VP is this world-class team. How do you win a game when you're sort of behind as they are? As you say, is it the fact that you're behind this Spectre?
And look at this, Ori looking for another setup. They've got the arrow, and it will connect.
They got it.
Bye-bye, Punch.
How do you win from behind a Spectre? at 19 minutes in. It said well, it's going to be about 21 minutes. FaZe, Vanguard, Radiance by the looks of it.
I don't really want to. This might be a little hasty here, but you know when we used to see VP just kind of call GG in the middle of a game when they're not really losing towers.
Oh,
I think this could be one of those situations. They're not going to call it just yet.
You say if they have one bad team fight.
I think if they have one bad team fight, or if they lose a couple heroes going for a push,
could be that
they could
territory.
just call it because they're versus a Spectre, and it's too early to be down this much.
Look at this Spectre.
And look at Ori. No one gets chunked half of his HP down, but now no one actually might be able to get the kill here with Roger.
See, Ori trying to run, and they'll find him. Okay, they're calling GG, they're in.
That's a big step forward.
They get that kill on Ori.
But it is just Ori, right? That's the thing. They get the Kunkka.
It's when they've got to try and kill this Spectre.
Yeah, it's all about trying to shut down that.
Because he's got it. That's the Radiance now. 20 minutes, FaZe, Vanguard, Radiant, Spectre.
It's a 500 GPM Spectre, which is something you never want to see. If you're on the opposing team. If you're on their team, then definitely. So they're going to have to, for VP, they're going to have to play really well around the cooldowns. Whenever Hunt is up, they've got to try to like gank the Spectre before he's able to use it and join the rest of his team. They're going to have to be really active around the map and setting up these clever ganks. It's just a very difficult game for them. As Ramsey's just starting to approach a BKB, and no one getting closer to that Manta. It's still a looming fear.
Radiant are scanning. How does that even work?
I just noticed a lot. I was wondering, I was like, wait, who's got Aegis? And then I clicked, I was like, oh yeah, Lanium's got Aegis. It's a bit bizarre, right?
I mean, he's the core now.
Yeah, right. Transitioning.
He's getting his Basher.
That's the other scare too, right? It's like...
Yeah, you've also got an Ursa.
This is an Ursa who's a 4 position. He's 5-2 and 4.
Like yeah, this game would be close if you just imagine that the Spectre wasn't there, and like Lanham was the core and with Ori, then it would be a close game. But then you're like, well, there's actually a Spectre in this game as well. This sort of makes it look so hard for VP to come back.
Their setup bottom for Paparazzi is exactly what they need to be trying to do here.
They've got to find him.
They've got to try to kill him. Because if they go for others, he's just going to haunt, and the fight's going to be like impossible for VP to take.
Yeah, they can't jump anyone else. Maybe they can get on top of him here. Rolling in, Paparazzi. Getting gone on. Is there any sort of backup? He gets swapped back. This is the perfect play from VP if they kill him, and they can.
Huge.
Just enough damage.
They lose no one, though.
But that's absolutely the bigger one for them. Getting Paparazzi.
Now is where they have to go look for a fight. Their Spectre's dead. They got to just look for an engagement. Even though it's they might look a little weird and rough, they have to try to take fights while Spectre's dead. You see Roger porting in. Everybody's starting to get prepared for this one on the side of VP. But Vici's here too, and they saw Roger.
They found him. He does roll out, but the X mark's there, dragging him back in.
And now they can't really go for the fight. With 2 people down, they can't be taking.
Oh, and the arrow from 11. Perfectly done so. Maybe they go for the X mark. They're even going to get Pasha as well by the looks of it. Vici Gaming, kill after kill after kill. So suddenly that pickup on Paparazzi not feeling as sweet as VP lose 4 heroes subsequently after.
Yeah, Vici has full control of that area. They've been there for a while. They set up the wards, sentries as well. So they just, they knew that VP was going to do that. It does seem like they had like a perfect 3-2. They're like, all right, our Spectre's dead. They're going to look for some type of fight here. Everyone prepare around it. And successfully do so as they continue to push this tier 2 tower. And Paparazzi just goes straight back bottom. He's got Haunt, so he can join his team if there is a fight.
Dire are scanning. Trying to find those sneaky bums. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There we go. Tier 2 tower taken, 23 minutes in. The BKB gold there for Ori. And the Basher complete for Lanham.
Support Ursa. That's pretty early timing. That's similar to the one that we saw from what, Kaka yesterday, was it? Or 2 days ago that me and you were doing?
Yeah, I think a couple of days ago, yes.
That was the one versus Serenity. That game got a little bit weird, but yeah, very good timing for Lanham. All about that, that Roshan, because they saw the wave of terror.
VP 10k behind the BKB now there for Ramses, so he has got a bit of a chance in the fight where the Haunt's going to be out with that Radiance ticking everybody down. It's going to be tough for the rest of his team. BKB done for 11-2. All these sort of key items out for Vici Gaming now, making the upcoming fights very difficult for VP.
Yeah, I mean 11 is significantly farmed too, and he's at the bottom of the course, and he's also pretty good versus the PL. Once he gets to that Mjolnir stage, he's already got BKB, so the diffuser's not going to hurt him as much. Definitely clear through those illusions, as it's still 10k gold advantage, 10k experience advantage as well for Vici. So they're not really giving up too many kills. You see them, they're playing as this 4 unit. 3 or 4 heroes running together. They just let Paparazzi do his own thing. What's going to be No One's next item of choice? Is he going to go for a BKB? He might not be able to. He might just have to go for hard, as the usual POs do.
Around mid, they know the Ramses is around it, but as we said with the BKB, it's hard to find an opening.
Got Fiend's Grip though.
And they find it, they do. They drag him back into the range of it. He can't BKB.
Also, just that, you know, Bane, level 10.
Yeah.
Level 10 talent, that little extra 100 cast range actually making the difference.
Oh, absolutely. And that sort of that very short X mark as well.
Yeah.
Just a little X, you know, Ramses, he's not going to expect the X to pull him back that quickly. So he's unlikely to instantly BKB. So Vici Gaming very, very smartly playing him out there. Mid lane as well, for themselves to catch. With the boat coming in, Solo will try with the swap out, but out comes the horn, and inwards they go. Vici Gaming, they find themselves a second and third, and Roger to fall as well. As they get 4 kills, they're onto that tier 2 mid. And with a 12k, 13k, and growing advantage, this game just increasingly looking more and more impossible for VP. And this is what happens when your Spectre, 20 minutes in, has a Radiance.
Yeah, when your Spectre gets uncontested free farm, yeah, and your mid laner wins as well, you're set up for success off of that one. As they full retreat right after Roger's buyback, claiming, actually not finishing off the tier 3, so they don't have access to shrines, but they're more than satisfied.
Yeah, they can just wait to the next taunt. Yep, do it again. They know the VP really is in the rough position at the moment. They've got to do something to bring this back, and we'll see it towards the mid. Again, of course, just after Ramses had been taken down, the sort of the fake back into Ori, getting that combo with the X, and then sort of VP desperately trying to take this fight without their Ramses Broodmother. They just can't do it. Getting outnumbered and out-haunted with the Radiance Burn. Too much damage coming out from Vici.
Too much damage mitigation, too. The ROM just comes through and you can see that VP, the ROM comes through and Hawk comes through and you're just like, oh my god, how do we take this fight anymore?
Paparazzi very close to having Manta style as well now. Shadowblade's there as well as the Manta for No One. He's continuing to get his farm up.
Shadowblade, okay.
And we're certainly going to be looking to get that Silver Edge so he can try and sneak and get on top of the Spectre at the start of the fights.
Just trying to be able to sneak around in the fights because it's just...
And yeah, getting away from the Haunt as well, yeah.
Ramses. Roger gets spotted as well.
Ramses is going to pop the BKBs, look towards Baron, but the Bastions, look at this from Lanham, comes in! That's a support Ursa, baby! Just jumps in, bashes him to pieces. They've lost 2 on VP. He's out from 11, the X-Box, and there's your GG. As you said, expected to come out from VP in a game like this where they just got too far behind.
This was their last fight. They bought a gem, they bought the Shadowblade, and they tried to make an in-game happen, but yeah, at that point, it's way too far behind. Everything kind of crumbled in the laning phase. The Spectre got absolute full free farm. Kunkka crushed the matchup. I kind of take back what I said in the beginning. I thought Brood could stand versus the Kunkka. Actually, looking at it,
didn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. We've seen the matchup a couple times too, and I've actually seen the Brood do better. But Ori played it fantastic. Got a quick early bottle, controlled the runes, showed up to all the fights. Clean and well executed by Vici.
Yeah, and it's going to be massive in terms of confidence for Vici Gaming, knowing that they can beat a second pick Brood like that. You know, VP, that was obviously sort of their surprise, but we're not surprised. Everyone knew that they wanted to do it. Everyone knew that they wanted to pick Brood first. Everyone had been banning it. Vici Gaming, they had the confidence to say, we'll let you pick it second, and we'll deal with it. And they really did. That game was not close.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It's exactly what I was talking about before. I watched so much of Vici throughout this circuit this year, and I've seen Ori play versus so many of these Broods with these heroes that you might not expect to be able to do it, but he does. But Kunkka does seem like it's one of those that can handle the Brood pretty well.
Absolutely. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of Vici Gaming and VP going confidently away of Vici Gaming. VP trying to do it with that aggressive second pick Brood. We'll see how they change it up in game 1. I don't think we're going to see a second pick Brood now. I mean, it's unlikely in this series.
Unlikely.
They probably won't try it again unless they do take out the Ori Kunkka, which we may see.
Very important. This is such important game for Vici.
Yeah.
This is going to start pushing them toward
the upper bracket,
getting out of that, you know, mess of the ties that we have at the moment.
And yeah, in a series that probably a lot of people didn't think that they might be able to do it. You know, this is VP after all, but game 1 going the way of Vici Gamer. We'll see if Vici Gamer can do it again in game 2 just after this break. Don't go anywhere.
It was near a ward. It's hard to tell.
Oh, look at that. He's going back and forth, and the pings come out. HFN says his illusion ran into somebody. Shadow Blades while CC&C has a gem. Please, no. $10,000 net worth lead.
Feels like we're just back towards this Roche pit now, though.
Yeah.
So Optic want to get some control up in that area of the map. Currently, they have the ability to take down that shrine, so I would think they would want to do that before they go for the Roche. On the other hand, if they just try and sneak the Roche, Pain might not expect it if that shrine's still up. All going to depend on vision.
Going for it themselves.
I think they could try and force this fight.
Are they not going to check?
Or at least the buyback.
Gaming's turn to ban.
I did feel like Ramses gave a lot of spiders. It might just be one of those lanes where, I think you were saying it too, it's like, once it starts to go bad, it just becomes, like, impossible. So, yeah, I think so just some slight adjustments going to be coming out from VP. Maybe just play... I think for them, just play a regular game. Play, like, more of a regular game. It's like the Brood, sure, it's pretty regular for them.
Yeah, just change the way they play.
Yeah, just change it up. Like, they went for a Brood and they went for Earth Spirit. These heroes that are a little bit... still on the wire, I guess you could say, a little bit on the fence for some teams. Even though it's been owning, you know, it's been having that great win rate, I would still say it's a little bit in between.
It's not a top pick at the moment.
Yeah. There's a reason it's not, you know, it's not like this where we look at the top heroes and we're like, oh, okay, we've got 53 picks on bench, you know?
On the Enigma ban this time around from VP.
Murano, by the way, Murano wins another game there.
And Murano's left in the pool another game.
Murano is 46 games. Actually, that might not even be including the last one. It might be 47 games with like a 65% win rate. That is insane.
Oh, and the IO gets through, so it's going to be taken here by Vici Gaming with straight up VP. Bam, silencer. And it will be the Bloodseeker as their second pick. Instantly for Vici Gaming, they'll get the combo.
Yep, the combo.
Gyro Aya.
Nice. I haven't opened this. I think they've gotten this before, too. Did they lose with this? Was that them?
Someone lost.
No, I know they won with this. No, they won with this. They won with this twice.
Okay.
Okay, they won with this versus Secret, and they won with this versus Serenity. Who do we see lose with? We saw somebody lose with this.
Oh, it was Fnatic. Yeah? Fnatic lost with Gyro on the first day.
Okay.
On, I believe, the first game we casted against Liquid.
That, you are right. Are you right? Yeah, I think you're right. I'll trust. I'm just testing you. So the Bloodseeker right away off the bat for VP with Silencer. Silencer can put a lot of pressure onto lanes, allowing the Bloodseeker to allow to get those thirst. Also, with I mean, Global's one of those abilities that can always just really change the way you're thinking about the game too. Because Bloodseeker, you're maybe a bit afraid sometimes to just run and charge in, but when you got a Global, you can start to do that before your BKB comes out. Because usually you have, you know, Bloodseeker running in without it can be a bit risky unless you go for Blade Mail, depending on situations. But with Silencer, you're good to go. And this, we mentioned Blade Mail, it's Bloodseeker versus Gyrocopter. So this is something they could be possibly have set up for, because they saw the IO. You have to expect if you're a VP, you know the Gyro's going to come out, right?
Oh yeah, they knew
So pick a hero that can traditionally go for that Blade Mail, because Blade Mail versus Gyro is like the best item in the early game.
Oh yeah.
Even late game actually, because the Flak Cannon, the Flak kills the Gyro.
Yeah, you can't control it.
Yeah, you can't control anything. You can't control your side gunner that's inevitably going to come out too.
Oh, and later down the line when IO has the tether attacks, you know,
he does
allies target, you're like, please don't hit them hand with the Blade Mail.
But you can't control it.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
You can't control it.
Just gotta hold off whilst he's got that Blade Mail out. Unless you want to put both of you at risk.
As they take, okay, so Vici takes out the Shaker. So VP takes out the Bane. I do like when teams ban the Bane in particular versus Vici. I actually think Fenrir might be one of the best. He's also like top 2. He's top 2 like Bane for me. When they were on their hot streak, it was when Fenrir was picking Bane for himself every game.
Radiant's turn to pick.
They take out the Ursa, and they will grab the Wind Ranger.
I think it's, you know, respectable to ban Lanham's Ursa. He looked fantastic last game.
Definitely did. And it's also, they've got IO, so it's, the IO is mostly going to be paired with the Gyro, but IO plus Ursa, if he does make quick rotations, let's say they pick the Ursa, it could still be positioned in a lot of different ways. They could still have had it as off lane, and could have had it as support. So this Wind Ranger, this is also kind of a flex pick. I think this is probably Rogers, but I have seen no one play it. I don't know if he's played it here though. I know he's played it an incredible amount on his stream though. Yeah, it does seem like they've only ran it as... But this might have been one. I can't find one of the games that they did actually play it as core.
Still get themselves the Venge.
Okay, they ran it as core, but they ran it actually as an offlane Wind Ranger. So we don't really know where this Wind Ranger can go. It could be in several different places, but
I think it's most likely to be offlane because they really want to show both No One and Ramsey's heroes this early.
It could be Rogers too. Rogers played.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Sorry.
So a little bit open-ended.
10 seconds.
Well, yeah, this Venge. So that's a pretty lovely Venge pick with Gyro and IO. You give up the Wave of Terror, amplifies everything there, as well as that Vengeance Aura for the mid game. But
Yeah.
VP,
So it will be So yeah.
more than likely, I'm not Pasha, Wind Ranger.
Pasha, Wind Ranger.
We see that a lot, right? Venge or any aura hero gets picked. There you go, you get the Wyvern. You can curse the IO in pretty much every situation, and the IO will die. Because Gyro will be tethered, and he will turn and kill the IO in all of the engagements. So this is a strong pick here by VP.
5 seconds left.
And this is going to also... The Wyvern allows you to set up for a lot of spells. Because right now they didn't really have the greatest ways to set up the Blood Right. Now they've got a curse into a Blood Right.
Oh, that Meepo ban from VP and...
Instant ban. Look at their reserve. They haven't burned a moment of reserve time.
Yeah,
VP.
very rare to see. They're on a speed run here with this draft. So the Broodmother banned out. What are we going to see as VP's final pick? You know what I would like to see? Could they work with the old Faceless Void as a final pick here, VP?
And then they run... It's a Bloodseeker mid versus Alina then, and that can be a bit tough.
That is
it can be tough.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But they could put the Wind Ranger mid, and then they put the Bloodseeker off lane, and
so you're feeling they might just go for the matchup like a TA?
I think because it's not banned, the TA is looking more like... But he's versus a Gyro too. Because in the lane it's great, but mid game you can suffer a bit versus the Rocket Barrage, constantly stopping your or getting rid of your refraction. Vici having this Lina is, I mean, Lina's very strong versus Wyvern and Bloodseeker.
So what Vici, what this final pick, it's looking to be their off lane here at 11. They just get the
Mirana just
the Mirana again.
Mirana's just totally ignored, right? Yep.
They could just get Mirana again for 11. Doesn't mean the lineup's rather squishy.
Yeah, I think they need a frontliner.
Could they go Drow safe lane and have 11 play the Gyro and go an aggressive dual lane with the Gyro?
Has 11 played his Underlord?
Oh, he used to love it, didn't he?
He's played it twice here.
He used to love it.
But they did
played
lose.
It twice.
They lost twice with it.
Yeah, that hero's been a tough one to pull off.
Well, they're out of time, and VP's got a lot of time. They've got their full reserve. It's the Bat.
11 Bat Rider. There's another classic.
Oh, okay. So now they've got an Initiator. Way to start the fight. Still pretty squishy throughout their lineup, though. No real frontliner.
So now what you're thinking about here? What so you think so do you put the Bloodseeker safe still, and you think you do want to try and get a better matchup mid against Lina?
Now you definitely don't want to take TA.
Yeah. What else could we see?
5 seconds.
Bat's pretty good versus Wyvern all throughout the game too, because that Cold Embrace.
Templar.
They're gonna take it anyway.
Gonna take it.
Okay, so they just want to be able to deal with the lane. There's a lot of ways to break the refraction, though. Yeah.
So you think, as you said, it's going to be fine in the 1v1, but as it comes to the game, as it goes on, it could be a rough one.
Now that I'm looking at it, they picked Bat into Silencer. That's really hard in lane phase. You can't use your sticky. The curse. You just get cursed.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that, It's like you look at it versus like Wyvern and all that. And by the way, it's a core Wyvern, also, just going to point that out. So it is the Wind Ranger Silencer support. So they played the game. That's what we thought they were going to do. We thought they were going to be doing this, keeping this draft versatile.
And we see I feel like what we've seen Core Wyvern win one game and lose one game, right?
Has it won a game?
Tava.
They lost that game.
Oh, but he went off, but he still lost. Okay,
I mean,
so have we seen it? I don't think we've seen it win again.
I don't think that.
I don't think we've seen it win again. But Pasha, the Core Wyvern.
So they've got the ways to break the refraction. Vici's got good initiation. Their team fight's pretty strong. However, VP, they've got a good way to just stop the majority because they've got the global and they've got the global. Curse.
Yeah.
And you curse, like I was saying, you curse IO is dead in every situation, and then Gyro becomes a much weaker hero. That's why we're seeing Gyro get picked up, is because of the pairing.
And they have that Blade Mail Bloodseeker.
And they've got they've got the Bloodseeker to go for the Blade Mail as well. But that being said, though,
they've also got a Core Wyvern.
Yeah, so he's got a Core Wyvern.
I was gonna say I like a lot of the stuff the VP's got, but the questions are asked about the Core Wyvern. Is it going to perform?
They've got Core Wyvern and they have a TA pick into several ways that can burn the refraction before BKB. Once he's got BKB, they're ready to burn it.
It feels like both teams have outdrafted themselves. They've both been outdrafted. Who's going to come out on top? Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of Vici Gaming.
I can't imagine.
This is Virtus Pro.
I can't imagine this top lane's going to go well for Vici. They've got the Venge and Bat, but I feel like they're just going to get cursed, and then the Bat has to, if he does get the 3, like as soon as he gets 3 stickies up, he gets cursed, and then he has to back up.
And there'll never be a kill opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like it should be a lot harder for them to actually set that up. We'll see, though. We'll see how much pressure they can put on Ramses' Bloodseeker. Well, bottom, They've got two ranged heroes, Wind Ranger as well as Wyvern. They should be able to poke and make quite a ruckus down here and really frustrate Paparazzi as well as Lanem. So VP does seem to have some incredibly strong lanes in that regard. But we will see.
One thing to note as well, VP, they do lack the stuns.
They do.
Only having that Shackle Shot and the Winter's Curse obviously down the line, but yeah, other than that,
they do have
not a lot of stuns compared to obviously that of Vici Gaming. A lot of stuff to throw out, magic missiles, homing missiles, light strikes.
It feels a lot like they really did just emphasize so much on the lane phase on VP already. First curse comes out onto 11. They throw the Blood Rage too. Now Solo will start getting turned on.
I always wanted
Ramses is going to step forward here for the rune. Will he get it? He does not. 11 gets it. 11's going to take some heavy harassment. And is that only 3 runes? Someone killed one. Never mind. 11 was getting the second one. I'm blind. So Solo and Fenrir went toe-to-toe. Solo, of course, can't handle Avenge. Level 1. Not many heroes can. Not many supports can with that Wave of Terror now. So that might be the difference maker. That's the thing, is the Avenge. That might be what makes this lane maybe go okay for Vici. As Ramses right away picks up the magic stick. But he's eating a lot of harassment.
Denied.
As soon as this third sticky comes out, Solo turns and throws the curse. So not allowing that fourth sticky to start to build up.
No, let's see how well he can do in this matchup. As it's always interesting to see. Obviously, the TA expected to have the better time against the Lina.
Yeah.
But how much better is obviously what we sort of see the difference in depending on how good the mid players are.
You see those items on the bottom lane for Vici? They're also playing this really smart. You see how they have the double wave already? They have heavily just nuked and pushed out so they don't get double wave themselves and have to deal with double pressure from these ranged heroes. I think it's really smart. And looking at their items, they've got triple Fairy Fire on Lanem and even a Fairy Fire on Paparazzi. And he's gone for an extra slipper. So just all about that right click early on, not really caring about the health or small stats or regen because he's got an eye out.
Well, return with the homing missile, but won't quite set anything up. Yeah, CS-wise, but yeah, Paparazzi having no trouble farming down here, top lane.
Oh.
Leading him with the magic missile, the curse does come out, but already 11, he's on top of Ramses. Ramses pops the stick charges, trying to run himself away. The curse obviously hurting the Batrider a lot. They get the kill, but I think that's going to mean both of them should die. As 11, he's going to tick out, surely. Oh, he will. Double kill for Solo. So, I mean, you kill the carry, but Solo, he gets a couple of +2s. He's up to +4, and he gets a double kill.
You don't want to be losing it that early on either on these heroes, especially not on Venge.
Yeah.
Venge is one of those that you have not good int gain, so your spells do cost a bit of mana early on too. Solo. We'll be okay. Ori's all about the runes. In both games, just really consistently looking for them, just going for the bottle rush, not wanting the null, just wanting to make sure he has infinite mana in this one. Because stats versus TA, you're not right-clicking creeps. You have to be using your nukes for the most part to get those last hits. As Ori is looking for a kill on no one here, gets the secondary stun. No one has a fairy fire. He's dead.
Ori.
He did not. He did not expect the illusion rune. That's what happened. Is he walked up to Lina, Ori stuns him, pops illusion, breaks the refraction.
But Solo killing no one in a matchup where you're the Lina and he's the TA. I mean, that just goes to show you, Ori he's having a beautiful day today.
He's definitely feeling himself.
Game 1, you know, he trashed Ramses in that matchup. Albeit in a matchup where he did have sort of, we think, the favourable hero, but this time around, he's a Lina. No one's a TA.
He's putting the pressure on again.
Denied.
Bottom lane has been played incredibly well too by Vici, the way that I was mentioning, just keeping that, just spamming flak to push out the wave. They're actually getting Paparazzi a lot of secured farm, and Pasha's not getting as many last hits as he'd like, only 9.
On top lane, the deep dive coming in there as they do find the Batrider, and Fenrir is very low as well. Ramses, an easy double kill. The pressure, and we are seeing the power of the silencer with that curse, making this lane very hard for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, right. Like the curse is just so good versus Batrider. and even all throughout the game. That's the scary thing. The one scary thing that I had for the Batrider pick was that even if you do get your, you blink lasso somebody, blink lasso, he pops global, you have no follow-up for that lasso. It can be quite scary. As Ramsey's top, getting dove again by the Firefly. Try to TP, but
he's not going to make it out. Solo will be luckier. Solo does manage to escape in time. This time Vici Gaming able to get that kill on Ramses without losing either of their heroes.
He got 5 stacked, and they didn't have curse up. Mid. Just had Roger kind of sitting around the area, but no longer. $1K gold advantage though already for Vici. Experience 500. Approaching that 5-minute mark. We got runes coming out. Roger really wants his bounty. Has this 10 stick charges as well.
Top lane.
Used him.
Back red does get the magic missile out. Will die to the curse. Ramses very low though. Zori's coming with the rotation and Ramses will fall. Number 1-4. Sure, Solo gets a bit more in, but it is Ramses going down again on that top lane.
Yeah.
Or are you getting involved?
11's not getting many last hits, but they're shutting down Ramses a decent amount. Also, yeah, bottom Roger was Roger would look like he was fine. He had 10 stick charges and a fairy fire, and he got hit by one of the
I thought it was
the IO spirits, and he just died. He didn't pop it. Maybe maybe thinking it just was going to do less damage. Maybe he thought it was level 1 spirits. Put some pressure onto this IO Gyro. They've got a shrine available, so they will be full healed. As rune control starts to become more of an importance for Roger. I think that's probably no one saying that as well, being like, I died because of an illusion rune. Please, give me some more information on the runes.
Power's in trouble.
Or he gets slowed up, but we'll be just fine.
Top. There are 3 stacks on Ramses. 11.
Yeah, their curse is cool down.
Farm.
They get the 3 stacks. They try to go for the stacks every time curse is down. So now this time curse is up.
Bottom. Basha has a missile chasing him. The shackle shot does hold back Paparazzi. Basha will be able to get himself away. Bottom. Looking to chase down the Battle Rider. He'll go straight for a TP out though. 11. Able to get himself back. All the way back to base. And he'll look to regen up and walk back to the lane.
We have any ancient stacks coming along? No, looks like no one actually tried to stack one with a TA trap. It didn't actually work out above him. Look at Ori. Ori's just so aggressive here. He gets the stun.
He's got a Laguna.
He's got to kill again.
How does that happen? I mean,
Ori's just on fire.
Did he not have refraction up?
It was used before.
It was still on cooldown, I guess. That was straight out play. No room required.
That might be a respect tip right there.
No rune required there this time from Mori. 3 kills already, and 2 of them in that mid lane matchup. 1v1.
That was very impressive. Bottom, BP. Roger gets hit by the missile. Now the damage from Paparazzi, the barrage. He's dropping low, but the heal's coming out from bottom.
Yeah, the fairy fire. I mean, this is. As I said, we didn't really get to see any of VP's games, but...
Oh man, VP's coming down. They're bringing Ramses too. Solo might just try to give his life here for Ramses to get some kills.
Okay.
Okay, that's 1. Can Ramses get a 2nd? Still only level 5. He gets a couple hits. He's going to get the movement speed though for Lanem. And Lanem is going to try to tether away with the TP.
Oh, that's cute. He's out.
And he makes it.
Lanem. Very neatly done there on that escape. Yeah, VP's got to be careful. They are definitely looking to be a bit shaky compared to the VP at the DPC season.
Oh, Ori gets shackled, but it's fine.
So these little sort of misplays and outplays.
Again now. 11. Fine, Pasha. Bloodseeker's going to be pretty happy with the movement speed from this, but... Burn over. Ori
just the Laguna out. And he has been shackled. They're trying to punch into it, but look at the cooldown here from Paparazzi with the wraparound. Ori's still alive.
He's getting healed up from the tether. No, he does go down to the curse. Too many spells used. That was the relocate coming in as they try to go for the play on Lulina. So the relocate actually only kills. Did it only kill Solo? No, I got another kill, right? Yeah, I killed Roger as well. So
Up again though, Paparazzi and Ori at the top of the net worth. Having those fantastic times in lanes. No one just cleaning up jungle camps at the moment.
No stacks though. They've had no ancient stacks for him. So how are levels? Level 4 Wind Ranger, level 5 Wyvern, level 5 Silencer. So they are a pretty decent amount behind on experience in comparison. 3k already. Looking for Fenrir. And should
we'll find him. Another +2 for Solo.
He's had a lot, right?
He has had a lot.
So that's still, I mean, that's significant. And 10 minutes coming around. We've got bounties and we've got runes. We see Ori as well as no one wanting to try to secure this one. It does spawn bottom this time, and now Ori is alone, getting surrounded, and this time no one with a little bit of help from Solo gets the kill. Solo didn't get the int though. Was just out of range of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And now they're doing this dual roaming. Look at this. The Wind Ranger as well as the Silencer now instantly making the move toward top for 11.
Does go quick with the lasso, but indeed with the numbers that VP have, they should have a good chance. Or maybe with the IO, can land them do anything to save 11? No, the Blood Right Burst is too much as they claim the kill of VP. Now Roger on the retreat. Missile chasing and Paparazzi looking to go in and close the gap with the Rocket Barrage. Will get a trade.
Pretty good move,
as he finds Roger.
Yeah, that's the difference between when you go for the Soul Ring rather than going for like the bottle build on the IO. Just that overall different kind of sustain. If you had a bottle, maybe you see him get some heals up on 11, but we've been seeing the rise of the Soul Ring. Because, you know, Soul Ring Mac or whatever type of sustain for the IO overall team fight to just be tethered with that gyrocopter constantly. As Paparazzi's able to clean up this top tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And Ramses is actually just queuing up a first item.
Bottom lane. Roger.
They got scared very quickly as soon as the TP started coming out.
They can chase down one of the two of them. Curse still upon 11.
How's our core Wyvern? Alright, phase boots, level 6. Not so far behind our net worth compared to the Bat Rider. And still that same concept of if he just curses the IO, if he curses anyone who's next to like the IO gyro or the IO who's next to the gyrocopter, we'll just get that kill. And no one is going for... He had the Deso originally queued up and switched to Blink. I think he's recognizing he has to be a little bit more active around the map to give space. Because Ramses is having such a rough time. He's actually not even, like I said, not going for the Blade Mail. Just going for a rush BKB so that he can actually get into the fights. This is running into a Gyrocopter and a Bat Rider, and Lina is way too much magic damage, even I guess with the Blade Mail, since they're at that deficit. Fenrir. Right next to Pasha.
It's got to be careful. There's 3 members of VP down here, so Fenrir does not want to show himself.
Ramses, will you see him? Oh, they spotted him.
They know he's around. Oh, he's been found.
Give it to Ramses. Yep. They leave that last hit for their Bloodseeker. As they should be able to secure this tower. And Pasha does get the last hit. Early Blink Dagger on Pasha would be really nice, because you're always going to have the IO and the Gyro paired together. He can look for when they are going for those split push. He can even just set up for his team. Shackle on him does connect.
Yeah, they've got the setup and no one can close the gap. There'll be a self-duels, but there's no way that Ori gets out of this one. Pop of the global as well. Solo making sure that there's no sort of save from the back of a Vici Gaming. And get that easy kill on mid.
They saw the relocate coming. I think Solo just wanted to make sure.
And that is the Blink Dagger complete for no one. Going straight for the Blink Dagger first this game.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was saying he wants to be more active around the map in this one. Blink Dagger.
He's going to get jumped on. They've got the Winter's Curse to hold the Bat Rider in place. The cooldown. Bringing no one pretty damn low. Can VP back up in time though? Because Pasha's trying to retreat with the Rocket Barrage. The right clicks Pasha. Just able to get into the tree line. The Wave of Terror doesn't quite catch him, so Pasha will live.
That was so close. So defensive Winter's Curse to save. Paparazzi actually put the missile onto Pasha there instead of onto no one. Yeah, I saw that. I think they would have had the kill on the TA if so.
Let's have a look.
Damn.
What we got?
First CIS player to reach 10,000 earnings. Look at those earnings.
$1.1 million, and only 15 years old as well. How old right now?
I think
20?
No, 19? 20?
Wait, when we were in Epicenter, he had his 18th birthday, I want to say.
It was
19th birthday?
It might have been 19. I think he's 19.
I'll look it up. I think he's 19, yeah.
Someone will tell us.
But either way, he's a young lad, Ramses. And doing, as you can see there, very well for himself, thanks to the good old game of Dota 2.
Someone will tell us, right? Some people are saying 19, yeah.
No, chat's saying 15.
Yeah, because you're a memer.
Yeah, he was born in 1999, yeah.
Okay. 1999. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, when you say it like that, makes us all feel old, yeah?
That doesn't make me feel so. As they set up for this tower siege with Ori. Artillery from the back lines.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They will clean up that mid tower.
Dire's middle tower is taking a dirt nap.
As most people like to say, most important tower of the game, and when you're playing with a Templar Assassin also, because you have easier access into those Ancients now to mess with no one.
Oh, this game, as you can see for the probability, 57%, I'd probably agree. This is, you know, this time around VP is, sure they're still slightly behind, but it's nothing like the same situation as game 1.
Oh, no, yeah.
Sure, the Paparazzi Gyro is getting up, it's not a Spectre. It's still scary, but it's not like well, we've lost the game scary. VP absolutely still with a very good chance of taking this game.
Alright, London level 10. We've got the XP gain. I thought he's delivered the taunt to himself just now. And I thought he might save it for the level 10, but ended up not. As bottom, they're setting up with the relocate.
And a little scared. As VG are ready to fight, they go straight towards Passion with the Rocket Barrage. That'll be the core Wyvern gone. Back with the Light Strike and the Laguna Blade down onto Roger. They'll get a second.
The curse happens, but there's nothing hitting him. There's no extra targets.
Trying to use it for setup, but
he can just blink out because nobody can actually deal damage to the curse in those situations. Only other heroes that are positioned around him or other creeps that are positioned around him.
Oh, mid lane solo.
Steps up a bit too far.
He swapped in. Magic missile from Fenrir, and in goes Paparazzi, closing the gap. And Solo will be taken down. Another kill for Vici Gaming. 16 to 12 in fact, and now at a 4K lead, those kills adding up over the last minute. As Ori gets space to work on his Shadow Blade.
Some painful mistakes for VP. And there is a lasso now available too, so Vici can still look for these plays. Even though their relocate's on cooldown for quite a bit. Ramsey's still a bit away from that BKB between Gen Rune. 11 does pick it up, gets ruptured as he blinks.
Keep himself on the high ground.
Scary place for them to commit forward on. And it looks like VP does want to complete a couple of their items before they try to take any of these fights. They're pretty close to the Desolator. They're 900 gold from the blink on the Wyvern as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All three of those will probably come around the same time. The BKB for Bloodseeker, the TA Desolator, and the blink on Pasha, which they really need, as we've seen for the fights. Paparazzi already with the BKB finished up. BKB phase drums. An IO. Definitely struggle to get the damage through him unless he's ruptured.
Hunting up top, poor Pasha.
He's got the blink dagger up.
And he goes.
They've got reload if they want to. Haven't quite used it. 11 has got this on his own.
Yeah, he says he's got this one. And he certainly does. 11 with the solo kill.
11 Batrider. I think we've only had a couple, actually. Definitely seen a few Batriders. There's been 3, okay. It's 1, 2 out of 3 of the game so far. I believe IG played it once that we got to see. I thought we'd actually see more of the Bat too, just because of the rise of Enchantress and Necrophos, but Encha seems to be banned every game. Same thing with the Necro.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Shadow Blade complete on Lina, Mech on the IO. They've got good tools to go now, VG.
They've got a big timing window right now. BKB Gyro.
4-staff Bat.
Yeah, everyone's just picked up a big item. We see smokes coming out too, so they can set up, they can look for plays. anywhere on the map here. They're just looking to push out their lanes first. So Io and Gyro, they can stay as a pair, while the other three can look for gang setups.
Still working on his own BKB. Ramsey's not quite there.
Pasha's pretty much has the Blink Dagger now. And Pasha did, although he went to phase boots because he's core, he did go for the GPM talent. I mean, we did see a couple of the damage talents, but the GPM is just feels so much better in most situations. The damage just feels like it doesn't really do anything. They know that this smoke is happening right now. VP, they have a sentry down in mid. They saw that ops ward get planted.
Middle tower is under attack.
No one's got to be careful because they know this smoke is there. They do back out and the smoke fades away. Ramsey's, so this is the triple item timing we were talking about for VP. The BKB is about to be done. They've got the Dessel, they've got the Blink. They have to just, yeah, it's all about watching the positioning. They have to be they can be the ones to counter initiate is the nice thing for VP with the global.
I can see VG really, they do want to try and find that fight.
Second smoke,
but
yeah.
VP just not in the neighborhood. No one else on this top half of the map on VP's side.
I mean, they know. They have to know that they're up here because bottom's pushed out, and they know that Vici made the initial smoke move earlier to get up there. Pasha trying to break it, walks up.
The fun solo. Yeah, they'll jump in. They get the quick grab onto the silencer solo.
That looked like he was just like, yeah, please lasso me, because one of them wanted to tank that game because they were off the map for so long.
Yeah, spent his money as well before he went down.
Yeah,
able to pick up the drums on silencer.
Him and Pasha and Solo both were kind of like teasing going up that ramp for a few moments.
I'm gonna go for Roshan Vici Gaming.
And they get a DD rune as well. It's gonna die at a faster pace here. Solo's down.
I think they can contest it though.
He's only down for 10 more seconds.
Yeah,
Lasso's cooldown.
This isn't that big of a window for Vici Gaming to get Roche.
With the high ground.
They're gonna try for the fight on the side. They do get the swap, but that's actually gonna end up in a death for Femrit. No one jumps straight on top of him with the blink. Desolator and a couple of hits and the Vengeful's gone. Now it's Vici Gaming without a hero.
VP knows that there's a ward on this high ground on the near the Ancients, the way that Roger got Yules from the low ground on the high ground, so he puts a sentry down, actually off the mark. As VP, they check out the health of the Roche.
They can just go for themselves. They've got the BKBs, as you say. They're feeling pretty strong around the pit. Vici Gaming. How do they get in on this? They don't have the lasso.
VP has high ground vision on this too. They put a ward down, so Pasha's just sitting on the sides waiting with this Blink Dagger.
And they found 11-11. Blinks to the side, but Roger's there, ready to prepare. Jump forward for no one as well. The light strike comes out. Global silence from Solo. Paparazzi's still trying to head forward, but he has been ruptured. The blood rides down. He'll keep himself to the side of it. Goes with the cooldown. The Yule Scepter a little bit off time there, as it's going to be the cooldown does nothing. Ramses gets the chance to pop the BKB as no one finds the Vengeful Spirit once again. Ramses with his own BKB trying to fight, put it back up. There's the curse on top of the IO. IO's got the setup for the shackle shot. Perfect play from Virtus Pro as they take the team fight.
Like you saw Pasha on the side, the patience. You saw Fenrir ran in and was attempting to make sure that he's like, I can't let Pasha blink. Walks in, even throws his life away to try to stop this, but Pasha gets the setup, allows Roger to get that two-man shackle. And was that nobody dying on? That was nobody dying on VP, huh?
Nobody died on VP?
I felt like it looked like a couple of them were dropping super low, but great execution of the fight, and Vici does suffer.
But they really have just so many ways to follow up that Winter's Curse. Blood Rights, as we saw this shackle shot. Yeah. Very easy for the angle to be found.
They also, the Vici didn't have their main tool. Like, the lasso was used.
Yeah. They couldn't get that quick pick to start the fight with at all. Yep.
Fighting around Global and Curse can be quite a problem for Vici. They're gonna have to try to find a solution. They've got to be able to find the Wyvern and the Silencer in those backlines.
We'll see it again here on the replay. As you say, sort of having to retreat. As soon as that Global Silence comes out, you kind of feel like maybe they were going to back off, but Paparazzi, he really wanted to fight this. He was going in.
And I think this is where 11's lasso is back up, so he's going to see him go over and use it in a moment, but it wasn't at the start of the fight, so it makes it a lot harder because they don't get that initiation.
Oh, straight down bottom, they do get the chase down onto Solo.
But no one's committing forward. Lon M trying to get the reload out, will be able to. Roger was so close to stopping that. We do have a pause, and we should see Lon M. guy down bottom. Incredibly close game though. Pretty much even across the board. The experience is slightly favoring VP. Same thing with the gold.
Will he be able to tether across that creep wave? And go for a TP play? Will the time work out? Or
Roger's there with the shackle. I think it's very unlikely that he actually gets it off. Even if he does, the shackle might just follow him. I mean, we'll say that's the shackle.
Depth for 60. So decently leveled eye there. Top lane, Vici Gaming. We'll do something with the space. We'll get the tier 2 tower top. Zori and Fenrir pushing.
A tower no more.
Decent sacrifice. Save their gyro. Get a tower trade. Lose their IO. Actually, they probably got more gold out of that than VP did.
How does that even work?
As they do. Of course, there is that level 15 was claimed by the IO during that last fight, and there is the Maelstrom finished on the gyrocopter. So the damage coming through from Vici is still incredibly high. It's just about if they can get into the fights to get that set up. If they can pierce through that global and through that curse. Roger now also has a blink dagger, so easier setups for those shackles to follow up for Pasha. And Pasha picked up a lot from the last fight, because only had the blink dagger, now has a full Aether Lens as well as a medallion.
Let's gonna have a pause here, Ramses.
Seems like we've gotten some lag. Yeah, I think both sides too. And Ramses is going back for Blade Mail, so.
Yeah, we did expect, but it's just a little later down the build.
I think just because they were struggling so much.
But you had to get the BKB first.
Yeah, he wants to be able to actually be a right clicker rather than just relying on tanking spells. And like this, I mean, the Blade Mail is still very significant. Even if he's got the BKB to not take damage from all that magical, the Flax and the Side Gunner always will hurt Gyrocopter a lot. So 11 does have an early gem picked up for his team. Set up on the high ground here. Solo.
He's got to be careful though, and he can't afford to give that gem away.
Yeah, he's got to
out.
That could have been, I mean, if Solo puts the ward there
and finds the gem,
and they find the gem, that could have been devastating for Vici. But wants to place a bit of a deeper board. And also, look at that. That's a very different ward. Because that's outside of the usual sentries that we see. And it's not put on the high ground. It's just like a vision. It's a shrine watching and a pathway watching one. Solo always finds these. Like, I think he always finds like, these neat little wards that are a little bit harder to counter. As the full BKB now is being delivered out on the courier for no one. And with this Aegis, they're feeling pretty confident.
Dire's bottom tower. Don't look good.
11 preparing for anyone coming down to defend this bottom lane, but
VP's preparing. They're smoked. They're darting across the map. They want to try to catch people on the retreat here. They already see Paparazzi top, so they have to expect the IO and the Gyro are already completely out of this one. They're just looking to catch any of the stragglers. 11 doesn't have the TP available. He's just going to hide for the time being, though.
Regeneration.
Yeah, so Roger just sort of chasing around the map, seeing if they can find anyone, but ENG doing a good job of keeping themselves well away from VP's rotations. As 11 stays hidden in the trees, and the rest of VG starting to push out on the top.
Yeah, same thing.
Keeping in pairs.
Majority thing that we've seen, yeah, the IO Gyrocopter tend to just push alone. And I think that was the BKB delivered for Ori now. So Ori does have his own magic immunity. Gonna help versus that global so he can actually do stuff in the fights and use that Yules in a more offensive manner than having to use it defensively every single time. And Roger's queued up his own gem. So they want to match, they want to try to get some catch, because this is like that kind of game where if you smoke like once or twice and you don't find the picks, you're kind of assuming you're under ward vision.
Oh, there's the Aegis gone though.
Okay.
So not really finding a fight with that. As the game still sits 19 for 19, just 1k lead for VP. They've got Solar Crest now and Pasha.
Experience is starting to swing a little bit toward Vici. I think it's probably because of the IO having the experience gain talent and being just paired with Paparazzi the whole time. Now with these traps, they do see Paparazzi TPing away from the top lane. So VP gets a good amount of information from that, and Vici, another smoke. I believe that's their last smoke for the next, at least the next 3 minutes or so.
We'll see if they get anything out of this one. A little unsuccessful with the last few movements, not really finding anyone. Will they find VP this time?
VP takes out their one ops ward. 11 is still looking to go for this play here.
Can he get the big grab? No one is heading across.
No one's going to walk right into them here.
No one would be the big fan. They'll see that that's gone down. They'll hit the trap, revealing that they know that they're there, and their global silence does come out straight away in reaction. That's 11 gone, and that's the gem on the floor.
That's the most significant kill they could find.
They get the gem.
Getting him. Very fast by Solo. They were so aware that they were positioned there.
I don't know if they were maybe worried that they just saw, but yeah, there's just sort of the attack there from the Lina as well. As soon as the trap was laid down, because they had the vision with the gem from the bat, he hits the trap, and then straight away VP, they're going to know that something's up. It's not just a bat rider there, it's the whole team. So Solo able to have the information he needed to just quickly pop that global and make sure they could get the jump on the bat rider, because without worrying about the people behind him.
Yeah, they seem to have just an understanding of where Vici moved, because they saw the gyrocopter top TP to the base after the gyro. They saw it was a long TP. It wasn't a short, and they were pinging it over and over again. So they were like, okay, multiple people have TP to a tower. This could be a smoke setup. That's why we saw them smoke all the way down like that from that angle. It's good map read as they now gain themselves a bit more of a gold advantage.
Can't outrun a wildfire.
Well, we're looking at Lincoln's builds next, right? Because they're playing, yeah. So Lincoln's for the TA to try to not get lassoed at the start of the fights. Ramses is gonna go back for Radiance. Okay, Radiance still in the midst of these fights can be annoying.
Scotty Gold is there for Paparazzi.
He's got the full thing, okay. Decent stats for Gyrocopter, which I think that's like the biggest thing for me is Gyro's been nerfed a bit, but your stats just are so low on the hero, and they find an easy pick.
Straight up shackle shot opening, and Femrit is gone.
Not having a gem right now on the side of Vici is gonna hurt so much. Them losing that bat gem, they're versus a Templar Assassin. Like, there's gonna be traps everywhere all over the map scouting your movements.
An interesting stat there as well. Femrit, the oldest player at this year's International.
Is he?
29 years of age.
Oh, Fenrir's older than Lanem.
That's what the stats said. It said it was 29. I'm trusting the stats.
They must be like very, very similar ages.
Well, we're going to check. Should we cross-check the stats, man? How old's Lanem? I'm checking this one.
I know they're all very similar age as me. That's why. Oh.
Lanem's 28. The stats man was correct.
Okay.
Lanem's 28. Femrit's 29.
Good stat checking.
So does that mean they have the two oldest players? Which there's another 28-year-olds.
Probably some other 28s. Universe too. Fenrir getting gone on here.
Again. There we go, jumping in. They try and fight, but the Global's there in reaction. They're going in without the favourable numbers, Vici Gaming. They do get the Winter's Curse down as well, wasting the time of Paparazzi's BKB here as it holds him in place. They'll move in for more VP. Ramses is taking quite a bit of damage here from the gyro. No one as well now getting focused with the Laguna Blade bursting down. No one's gone. It looked like they'd have it, but then it seemed like the power of the gyro and IO was shown once again as Paparazzi and Lanem, they just weren't dying, and suddenly an incredible amount of damage was coming out from this gyro. And Ramses, he had to get out of there.
The BKB, you know, they got the curse during the BKB, but
it looked like it was going to be good for them.
It also hurt Ramses' BKB, because that was all of Ramses' BKB time as he's trying to hit the gyrocopter. So that's the scary thing always about Wyvern, is the double-edged sword that can come out from the curse. But we did see that situation we were talking about from like the drafting phase and from laning with the silencer versus the bat. He gets a lasso, but then the global comes down and it's just like, uh-oh. But I also saw the side gunner coming into play a bit there for Paparazzi while Ramses is trying to run away. The side gunner keeps Scottying him and slowing him.
We'll see if they can get away with this Roche. They get the swap. Femrit looking for Solo. Solo able to force himself upwards. They've got the cooldown, trying to focus onto the silencer, and they'll find him. Solo's out on the top lane. Got 11 jumping in. Lasso grabs him back through the BKB, holding him down. Ramsey's surrounded now by Vici Gaming. They've got the light strike perfectly timed after the BKB wears off as they find Ramsey's. You'll set to set up onto Pasha in the mid lane. They're chasing for more. Pasha has the Winter's Curse back up. Will hold the team back. So Pasha's still alive for now. The Blood Bright to follow up the two of them, but 11 blinks out in time. He's able to get himself out of the Blood Bright. The chase is there. Onto 11 encounter players. No one blinks forward. Ori with the TP out in the tree line will escape. That was a buyback from Ramsey's. That was Vici were able to sort of limit their casualties. They're getting the main cause out of there, and 11's buying back. It's all about this Roshan.
I almost want to see the AoE of that curse, because Paparazzi must have been on the literal edge of it as he walked next to Lina. I think if he walks next to Lina there, Ori dies. But just on the cusp of it. Able to stay outside.
So Ramsey's is brought back for this, 11 is brought back for this. It's getting to that tense point in the game. It is very close, 23 to 25, 1k lead for VP. Mid lane, there's the lead in. Roger's going to be there looking to cancel the combo. There's the global silence down as well. The BKB from Paparazzi to remove it. He's turning towards Paparazzi. Turn towards Ramsey's. Ramsey's able to get himself away with the blade mail. Now no one in the midst of it all. He's got his own BKB looking towards Paparazzi, but look at the damage coming out. Paparazzi, can they keep him alive? They can't. Paparazzi will fall. The silence curse onto the eye, making it so the Lanham cannot help his teammates for now. Ori does get the burst out onto Ramsey, starts a dieback. Down for 75 seconds. Paparazzi buying back into the fight on the gyrocopter. So now Ramsey's out for 70. Vici Gaming, they can look for Roche if they want, with the safe knowledge that Ramsey's can't come back into this for a full minute.
The damage from Paparazzi, even though he's getting focus fired so hard, he ended up doing 5,300 damage in that fight. Pretty much the same damage as the majority of the VP. And I think Pasha really wanted to save Ramsey's there, so when Ramsey's ran away, he cold embraces him, but it actually ends up setting up Ori for a Laguna. Because Ramsey just wanted to bail.
Can they steal this? I don't think they can't. They've got it. Ooh. 11 actually jumps in, sees if he can find an opening. Ori with the Shiva's Guard, looking to try and slow down VP. He's got his eyes on Solo. Solo forces away. Ori still with the Shadow Blade. Does get the Yule Scepter set up onto the Winter Wyvern. The Light Striker Rage to follow through the Shackle Shot detected by Roger, but it doesn't connect. They get the swap back burst from Laguna Blade. Pasha's gone. VG now with the Aegis ready to push forward.
Aegis on Gyro and a cheese on Io. How do you pierce through?
Seems sort of the big annoyance so far has been the global silence. It's still down for 35 seconds though.
And Paparazzi's getting to critical mass. Satanic is coming out of the courier soon. He's about 1,400 away from that. Once he gets that,
he shouldn't die.
He shouldn't die. Because, of course, even if you're disabled, your side gunner is still able to go off and you get that lifesteal. This is the dream items.
And we'll see it again here, just this fight. After they get the roast to chase down.
This is the one I was talking about. I want to see how close he was to the curse. Look at Paparazzi. Oh, he just turns. You see that? He gets the one auto attack on Pasha and then backs away.
You're right.
One step closer, he kills Ori.
If he was not 100% focused, he absolutely just nonchalantly walks into it.
But he doesn't. He turned around so quickly.
Yeah. Modern. Going to chase down Ori. Roger does have the gem, of course, but there's the counterplay, but there's the play on top of the play. With the global silence, stopping the lasso. BKB's out from Ori, turns. The Winter's Curse is down, but it's not going to save Roger. And it's not going to kill off Lanham. Lanham able to be beefy enough to withstand the punching of his teammates.
He's level 22 on the IO. He's actually higher level than Paparazzi because of the experience talent. So having all that health, I mean, it's a 2,000 health IO with 15 armor because of the itemization. Who took the gem? So Fenrir now has the gem as well as 11. And I believe that means that VP does not have one anymore. Roger dying.
And I guess you do have to be careful, right, when you are Winter's Cursing the target that is next to a Gyro. Because if the Gyro has the flat cannon off, he's going to be, you're making him invulnerable, but he's still hitting your team. Right?
I'm not understanding what you're saying. Oh, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't kill him, but he's killing your team with the flat cannon.
Yeah.
So you don't want to Winter's Curse him, because he's not going to flat cannon his own teammates. It doesn't work.
Of course not. No, definitely not.
That would be terrible.
That would be like the ultimate hard.
Yeah.
Gyro pop flag, curse somebody. Paparazzi dropping pretty low. Has the Satanic though, and we see the side gunner get like 1 or 2 hits.
Let's see.
I'm still not quite understanding what you're question.
Yeah, you are. If if Gyro
I know what you're saying.
uses flat
I know
cannon,
what you're saying.
the IO next to him gets Winter's Curse, he's hitting the IO, but the flat cannon's also hitting VP, but VP can't kill the Gyro because he's invulnerable because of the Winter's Curse.
Sure.
Like, yeah, it's like that's probably happening.
Mid lane. 11 gets swapped out, but during Rupture.
So the setup, there's the Winter's Curse. Down onto the Lina, the Global Silence as well. There's the Blood Bright, the Shackle shot to follow up. They're in a lot of trouble here, VGs. They'll lose the Lina. Paparazzi just get the chance to get the BKB out, now chase towards Ramses. Ramses with the Blade Mail, but the sustain there's from Lanham, keeping Paparazzi alive as he can power through with the lifesteal. That's Ramses down for 70 seconds. No one. He's going to be going down as well. He's been cold in praise, but surely that's not going to be enough to save him. The refraction's not going to keep him alive as no one's taken down. He'll buy bad, but Paparazzi moving in the base, picking up a triple kill. Will be shackled up to the Iron. Can they kill Paparazzi up? He's still alive. The lifesteal, the Satanic, he's back up to full. That's a die back on no one as Vici Gaming moving up to the high ground onto the tier 3s. Ultra kill for Paparazzi. The power at the Gyro IO, we're seeing it once again here as GG is called.
Vici just 2-0'd
VP. How the start of a very exciting day in terms of the standings in the groups, as not a result that people would have banked on coming into the day. You know, when you sort of look at the scenarios, you'd be like, okay, VP should win this series, should win at least a game. They don't. Vici Gaming,
that
2-0.
I don't know about all the other things, but they're now 7-7, right? They've got one more series. They've actually pushed themselves up away from that other, you know, the ties that's been coming around. That's massive for Vici, and they did it with like really good showing as well. Ori was on fire on the
very confident.
He solo killed no one twice.
I mean,
as Alina.
That doesn't happen. I feel
does
like
not.
that really just felt like no one was not having a great day today. Like, when does no one die twice in a 1v1 when he is the TA and he's playing against Alina?
It did seem like they were a little off, but I think Vici looked very, very hot.
Sure. I mean, Ori's
their drafting looked
both games.
Their drafting looked really good, and Ori's playing both games was phenomenal. And Fender the Sacrificial Lamb. Look at that, 0-12.
Yeah, the classic sort of vengeful spirit movements and plays that we've seen. You know, it wins you games. If the Venge is dying, it does mean your teammates aren't. But wow, what a series to start the day, and
unexpected. Just
to show there's going to be surprises and excitement throughout all of these games. So